to hit the do the intro bit now, and then we'll get to it, man.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to the Holy Hot Honey Hour, where we get into the sauce with the people who make food culture what it is. I'm your host, Matthew Zeiss, with my co-host, Garrett Klein, and today's special guest, founder of the Pizzeria, Paul Saccoccio. Welcome to the Hive, man.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's great.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
You know, so before I even get into like my official questions, you know, I'm from, I think I mentioned this in a message to you, like I'm from Lindenhurst originally, and I live in Sweden now, and I was visiting my folks back home and driving through, and it took me by such surprise to see a place simply called the Pizzeria. And you know, dude, I mean, I honestly, I love that such as a bold statement, because as a quick reference, I used to do, I still do, but Elvis impersonations. And when I was first doing it, when I first do it, I did it when I was like 19, and I'm almost 40 now, but I just went by Presley, and the guy goes, man, if you're just going to go by Presley, you got to be great. And I feel like the same thing goes for you guys, where if you're going to go by just the Pizzeria, you took a bold decision and it had to live up to it. What made you go with just that?
Yeah, I think it started out with three knuckleheads in like a Starbucks when we started. We kind of started this company, and we were brainstorming names, and we wanted to be different and very unique, and we landed on the Pizzeria. So for us, it was, you can see it in a bunch of ways, like bold. It could be lazy. It could be. I mean, it could certainly go a ton of ways, but we felt good about it. We thought it was simple. Some people say the Pizzeria, and I said, I'm not really trying to say that, but I think it keeps it scalable, bendable, and like you said, you noticed it, so it works. And a lot of
Definitely.
people, mind you, I'll give you this. It's actually really good for social media unintentionally, where you say, well, which pizzeria? And they say, the Pizzeria. No, but which one? And then it just carries on, right?
Yeah.
So
There's
it's
actually-
Costello.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you're aware that I'm in Levittown. My shop's in Levittown, and right down the block from us is that Pizzeria.
Yeah, I've seen that, like on a truck. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
I think it's a truck driving around. Yeah.
No, they're a brick and mortar. I don't know if they do have a truck as well, but
No,
they're a brick and mortar.
Oh, okay.
maybe
No, I was thinking
maybe-
like, go ahead.
Maybe
I'm
on. No, sorry to cut you. I think maybe they have like one of their utility vans that they use for I think they do have that. But yeah, so
I would love
Did
a
you-
conversation with that, man. That's go to that Pizzeria. No, I'm going to the Pizzeria. Yeah, no, that Pizzeria.
Oh,
no.
forget it.
that's definitely a who's on first, what's on
Then you need a
second
what
conversation
Pizzeria.
right there.
That's the next. That'll be the next venture together, I think.
I sure hope so, man. You guys
100%.
combine to what Pizzeria?
What Pizzeria?
That should be like a speakeasy bar, all right? And there's a pizzeria in the back, just called What Pizzeria. So you come in and be like, oh, where's the pizzeria? What Pizzeria?
What Pizzeria? What are you talking about? I'm into that.
That's definitely plausible deniability right there.
100%. Now, where's your shop in Levittown?
We're on Wanto Avenue. So if you're familiar with with the area, you know where MacArthur High School is.
100%.
So
Yeah,
I'm
Go ahead.
no, so I'm like I guess like a quarter of a mile north. I guess depending on which way you're coming. If you're coming from MacArthur, it's north of MacArthur.
There's only one north.
There's only one.
No, because if you're coming from Hempstead Turnpike, I'm south of MacArthur.
Oh, south of MacArthur. Okay.
MacArthur,
I thought you meant just.
Let's go.
A little fun fact: when I went to Hofstra, our soccer coach put us up at a house. They helped us find a house. Put like 6 animals in a house in this really nice little neighborhood of Levittown. We lived on Gardner Avenue, right off of Gardner Avenue. Excuse me, Abbey Lane.
Yeah,
and it was like 70-year-old neighbor mowing his lawn, and it was like a bunch of people taking the children to school, and it was also on a roof drinking beers, and it wasn't a good combination, you know. But I know the area well.
That's
I know the
Levittown.
area well.
That is Levittown in a nutshell right there, though. You got the full experience.
Yes, I
In a
did.
short time, you got the full experience of Levittown.
So I read that you grew up in the Geno's Ronkonkoma family.
Yes.
So pizza's built in you. What is the history and actual connection for those listening with you and Geno's prior to this?
Yeah, certainly. Gino is my father. It's his only shop. I kind of grew up there making boxes and washing dishes when I got in trouble, which was like speaking back to my mom. So my mom didn't want to deal with me. She sent me there, and I'd be staring out the window thinking of all my friends going in the pool in summertime. But I fell in love with it. And I started working in the kitchen, washing dishes. Like I said, then I graduated to answering the phones and taking orders. You kind of know how the rest goes, right? So it's my dad and my uncle. They were partners in that place. They came from Italy in the 70s, and they kind of built this thing as they went. The whole American dream story. Came over here not speaking English and got his hair cut by the Italian barber. And he said, where can I get a job while I'm here? And he said, those guys speak Italian at the corner of the pizzeria. So he started over there, Pizza King in Deer Park back in the 70s. And then graduated from same as me, kind of dishes to making sandwiches. And my story goes, I was delivering pizza for my dad, which was like the best job in the world. And then I ended up going to college, and that kind of helped me, I guess, earn some beer money and bar money. And
Perfect.
so I'd go back and forth, but I stayed out there and I'd come home to work. And then, my brother eventually joined me in that. Me and my brother ended up buying into that pizzeria. We renovated it. We made it kind of what it looks like today, put our stamp on it. And then eventually at some point I was approached by Simon Properties at Smith Haven Mall, and they asked if I'd be interested in opening in their malls and kind of becoming like the mom and pop Sbarro. We want to bring real
Yeah.
pizza to our malls. If you guys do well, we'll offer you 25 to 30 locations in the tri-state area in these malls. And for me, as an ADD maniac, I was like, I'm in. Like, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And I don't think that was really the vision for the family business. I reached out to my youngest brother, Danny, and my childhood best friend, Cliff, who we played soccer together since we were 5. And the pizzeria was born in the Smith Haven Mall a week before COVID. We were supposed to, COVID, they closed the mall on March 23rd of 2020, and we were supposed to open on April 1st of 2020. So it was interesting. We didn't quite
Yeah.
make the deadline. They wouldn't let us open. So we saw this beautiful store we built in the food court.
Oh,
We're so excited to launch our business, and all the I told you so's came, and what do you need this for? And yada, yada, yada. But eventually we got open in July. So it was, and then I guess the pizzeria was born, which is pretty cool.
that's great. So you are in the mall.
Yeah. Our first location was Smith Haven Mall. Was kind of like,
Okay.
that was the vision for the company. We're going to become like
Yeah.
the Sbarros of the world, if God willing.
Yeah. I mean, well, you guys, I mean, you're on what,
You're on
7
a
locations?
Yeah, we actually building out our 8th one. We haven't swung a hammer yet, but we're just waiting for the stamp from the town. But yeah, we signed our 8th lease.
Oh,
That's
that's great, man. I
amazing.
think Garrett booked somebody in your company also for the show, like in next week. Who
I
is it,
think she still
Garrett?
works for you,
Cassie?
Cassie, yeah,
Cassandra.
yeah, yeah. Cassie, she's one of the managers at Bayshore. She's
Yeah,
fantastic.
apparently
It's great.
apparently he booked her for so we get a little pizzeria family going on this, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh
Listen, she's great. You guys are gonna love her.
that's funny. We actually have the grandson of Sparrows coming on tomorrow. I
That's awesome.
yeah,
Those
man.
guys, that's a legacy they built, man. That's like
It's
unbelievable.
crazy.
Exactly. And he's
Yeah,
not attached to the company at all, but I figured I would rather have him than some corporate person who has nothing to do with the heritage of the company. But for yours, so when I read Gino's family, I thought like the chain you see all over the island, but so it's an independent Gino's.
Yeah, I'll kind of help clarify. So all the Genos, for the most part, are kind of independently owned, meaning one guy may own 4 or 5 Genos locations. Recipes
Yeah,
are his and how he does it. A lot of them are all tied into a family, right? This one family that owns a gazillion pizzerias, the Brancinelli family. And there's Genos under their flag, whether it's the cousin, the brother, the uncle, whoever. If my dad's name was John, it'd be John's Pizza, right? So,
sure.
um, yeah, so everybody kind of lumps you in. So our recipes, our food, everything was different. But thank God all those Geno's pizzas, for the most part, have really good reputations.
They do.
It's not a bad name to have on Long Island.
No, no, no. I can't even imagine if I had to look on paper how many Gino's pizzas, Tony's pizzas, Joe's pizzas exist. I mean, it's
That's what it is, right?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
so
we're Vincenzo's, and we have us and 2 others in the area. So
oh,
it's hard.
That's
Yeah,
confusing. Yeah, that's I can see that.
yeah. So it's and
Well,
then
there's so many Italian names, right? We can throw around, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Angelo's Pizza, which I actually don't see a ton of. But
Sure.
so your whole business, is each location a hybrid where there is a bar? I can't imagine a bar in the, and maybe is it allowed in the mall? I don't know.
No, that was my first question. I said, "Can you imagine the women and men and everybody walking through the mall,
um,
shopping, catching a buzz?" I go,
Be awesome,
"Oh,
actually.
I'm in on
They
that."
tried it.
We could
threefold
build some
this
tickets.
this
Yeah,
quarter.
exactly. But
They tried it
no,
at Massapequa Mall, right? With like Ruby Tuesdays and Beefsteak Charlies and stuff.
yeah, 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 yeah. Clever, right? But
Yeah,
no, ours aren't all with bars. It kind of our company evolved, to be honest with you. So we started in the mall. Saw what we can do in a small location with 4 or 5 employees, and so we were encouraged. We found our next location in Bayport, Long Island, and that is about 800 square feet or so. It's got about maybe 5 tables, and it's like a takeout. I can't even. I could never have imagined how busy that store would be with the size of it. I would argue maybe per square foot that might be the busiest pizzeria outside of Manhattan. I'm assuming. I mean, it's just
wow.
unbelievable the takeout they do, and the guys there they work. Those guys work hard. So we ended up opening that one December of 2020, right after Christmas. So we opened in the mall in July, and then we opened in Bayport with a small location in December, and then we
So
started going. But that one's
did you
tiny; it doesn't have a bar.
did you open up the first location in the mall during Corona?
Yeah, like literally, like
So
we were supposed to open up April 1st of 2020, and the governor closed, all
that's
indoor
right.
dining. Well, and the mall closed. Um, like I said, March 23rd. So 7 days before we are gonna open, they just COVID came in hot, and we were like, ugh, like we look at the store we just
Yeah.
built, and we can't do anything. And then when we open, now the governor tells you when you have to open, right? So open in July,
Yeah,
and you see on
certain
the
hours.
news in 2 days we got to be at the mall. And we're like, as per our contract, so now we got to open with the mall. We look at each other like, in 2 days we got to be at the mall. So we ended up opening to no food court seating. Right, everybody's in masks. Nobody's showing at the mall because they're terrified. And we're sitting here making pizza, filling a showcase, and watching them eat it. People eating on top of those square garbage pails. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Did
And
you
we're
did you
looking at
guys
each other like, let's make the best of it. Thank God we had a little free rent, if I remember right. We kind of survived, but it was
Okay.
scary
did you
times.
did you guys think about maybe doing some third party apps and like get some deliveries going during that time from the mall, or you guys were just going to try and roll with
I'll be
just the
honest with
foot
you. I
traffic?
I had I had no experience in third parties at the time. Even at Geno's, we did our own deliveries, right? And I used to hear, and that was kind of really, to be fair, the emergence of these third parties kind of came
Mhm.
pretty quickly after that, and and,
Oh
and
yeah.
fast, right? So prior to that, it was kind of like everybody's putting that toe in the water. How much percentage you got to give these guys, and is
Yeah.
it worth it? And are they going to cannibalize my business? And you just felt like you're like, you don't know. You almost like let somebody else figure it out first, right? And that's where we were. We probably should have at that point, and then we eventually did, and bolted it on. But at the beginning, no, we didn't do any of that, and we probably should have.
I mean,
Yeah, but like you said, if you didn't
you
have
don't
the
know what you don't know, at
experience,
the time.
no, that I
Yeah,
remember that vividly too. Before moving, I was in the food industry, and when it took a hit, and you watched everybody kind of, you're absorbed by, of course, the global panic anyway, and then you're hit with your career decisions. At this point, you're like, shit, the whole thing's crumbling around me. Like, what's going to happen? I remember I worked at La Piazza in Farmingdale, Melville, and
yeah, great
great
place.
restaurant. Yeah, man, great restaurant. But they tried to do the right thing. Tommy, he was just like, all right, you're not, you can't. There's nothing to bartend anymore, or whatever like that. So you want to make some deliveries, and I didn't do that very long because that was a freaking nightmare. We were delivering. It has nothing to do with nothing, but we were delivering to a very ritzy area. These bills were like $300, and people were giving you like $2 tips, and you're like, well, I'm not going to do this. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah,
I'll
the
tell
juice
you,
wasn't worth the squeeze.
I'll tell you a quick story off topic, but
Yeah,
you mentioned La Piazza, and I have so much
yeah,
respect for those guys. I used to
yeah.
go into the one in Plainview. Not that I lived over there. There's a soccer park down the road. And every time we go there, I'd be like, Dad, let's go to this place. This place is so busy. I can't believe it. And I used to, get work for this is me at like 12 years old, working for my dad, and be like,
Yeah.
Dad, we got like three slices at a time. We're like waiting for customers to come in, and we're doing whatever. And I'd go there, and I was like so blown away. It was very inspiring. I go, Dad, look at this. They got nine guys behind the counter. They can't even keep. As soon as it comes out, you're like, is there another one in there? Because they sold the whole pie. And I always kind of looked up to those guys as like the bar. And
Yeah.
for me, I just have so much respect for that group, because they really are a staple, and they really earned it, and they work. Those guys work, and I was just so impressed. And then to kind of see where my story has gone, and my journey has taken me, I'm like, again, I was always chasing that La Piazza. How do you get there? And
Mhm.
And now you have it.
I'm
I
grateful. I'm really grateful, and I
Dude,
always
that's fun to know that you
yeah.
looked at their thing with aspirations and now you have it. I don't know
it's
how many
awesome.
locations they have, but I know they're wildly different too. I think some are just pizzerias. The one I worked at, this ginormous restaurant. I don't know if you've ever been to that location, but I mean, it's fantastic.
I went
Uh,
once, and this is me,
oh,
like, still learning, right? And before I renovated Geno's, I go, I don't understand. I went there to look at it, right? Because I go, who picks this stuff out? The pizza guy is deciding, like he bought that light and he picked out that furniture. Like, no way. Like, he
yeah.
painted he put fabric on the wall with these. No. And then somebody was like, I was poking around, like, I think I asked the guy there, and I'm like, who picks this stuff? He goes, no, they have a designer. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
here we go. Here we go.
For
Like, Paul,
sure.
use your brain. So
Did
I
you hire
learned.
a designer?
Eventually, yeah, at Geno's I did. I hired the same designer, and
Oh
I
yeah.
hired the same contractor. Not on purpose at the beginning, but they kind of fell in my lap. And I
All
was
right.
like, "You guys did La Piazza?" And I'm like, "Let me tell you a story." And I was like,
Nice.
So
so that
that sounds like they might be the magic potion. I might need their numbers.
yeah, yeah, I'll give you their number. They might be better to bring on, but I'll tell you, they were as a younger guy, not knowing and
Not
kind of
not La Piazza. I'm saying the contractors and the designers. They
oh,
seem
oh, oh, oh.
they seem to get it right for you and for them.
I'll tell you, great, great, great people. Like held my hand, honest, like I can't say enough about those people. It
That's
was Delago and Associates is what everybody uses. The girl Karen and her sister are just unbelievable people. And then this guy Gino, ironically, is his name, Gino Strada,
that
Belvedere
is ironic.
Construction. He's a saint, like like a great guy, like generous as can be. Shows up with like a huge flower box that he made. Here, guys, you're gonna need this, and don't worry, just pay the guys to put the pavers. We got to do this patio for you. It doesn't look right. You were just like, who are you? Where'd you come from? You're like, such
That's
a
nice
good
to have
guy.
somebody who knows what they're doing, I mean, and you got to assume neither you nor La Piazza are going to mess around. You guys are clearly doing it right. Is the original Gino's location still Gino's, or did you change it to the
Yeah.
pizzeria? Oh, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Okay.
no, yeah, yeah, yeah. So no, Gino. So Gino's remains. My brother and cousin are there with my dad and my uncle. And then once I got to our third location, I slipped. I was still in Gino's and I was still there. And
Oh,
that's when I kind of sold back most of my shares because me, my brother, and my cousin, we always agreed to be working partners. And at that point, I couldn't fulfill my end of it, meaning I was at the third location in Islip in 2021, I believe it was. And I couldn't like, for me, I go, guys, it's not fair. Like I can't work behind the pizza counter here.
sure.
And I go, so let's just figure this out so that it's fair for everybody. And that's what we did. And so I kind of went full time with the pizzeria at that point with my brother and my childhood best friend Cliff, and we just went full bore. And right after that, we kind of started to really go because now I was on full time, and that's when my partner Cliff found this location in Bayshore, which kind of put us on the map a bit with the first bar location and outdoor dining. And it's underneath a beautiful new apartment building that Greenview Properties built, and it was a highly coveted spot. Everybody wanted it, and he just wanted something casual. I think he agreed with our vision. He saw what we were doing. He saw how we operated. He trusted us. This man, Larry Gargano, was a great, great, great landlord. And, the pizzeria really, I think, hit the ground running at that point.
Born from fire and sweetness, forged in flavor, fresh chilies, raw honey, real warmth, aged to perfection, balanced by nature, smooth, rich, and just enough heat to keep it holy. Holy Head Honey, divinely sweet, simply spicy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the eighth location that you said you just built?
Yeah, that one's going to be in Yaphank, which
All right.
which I was like this a bit, like when I was driving out there, kind of rolling my eyes because I don't live too far from there, and I'm like,
It's far.
that's a different. I mean, that's really at Pank, or is that is that the other town? I'm just all right. So I go out there, and it's in this huge Walmart shopping center with
Okay.
Northwell and all these apartment buildings, and it's listen. When I got there, I was wrong. I got there and I go. I look at my partners and I'm like, this is unbelievable. Like I don't even care what the rent is. This is a home run.
Oh
And I
yeah.
thought, yeah. So I'm really excited for this one. It's gonna be very similar to our Babylon location, which is big bar, big restaurant seating, pizza seating, casual. We want everybody to exist. It looks like in every store, whether you're a construction worker, whether you're a lawyer in a suit, or whether you came from the beach and a kid, or maybe even like just you and your girlfriend want to go out for salads and wine, right? So the price point is very inexpensive comparatively. I think we're actually cheaper than most pizzerias at this point, which is probably wrong. But we're not money driven guys. We're kind of like let's work, let's get people in, let's let them have a good time and get them to come back, right? So if you're hitting their pocket and that's all you care about, they're not going to come back. They're going to smell it.
No. But surrounded by a Walmart and an apartment complex. I mean, talk about a gold mine location, man. I mean, Jesus,
Unbelievable.
you couldn't get more people there if you were giving out free pancakes. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like that's some
Good way to put it.
yeah, that's,
Touche.
dude, that is congratulations on that location specifically. And
Thank
I
you.
read that, and I think it's quite a compliment that you. I've read that you address yourselves as a hospitality group that happens to make good pizza.
Absolutely.
So
That's literally who we are.
I think that's a wonderful identity. That's such a great way to put it because then you know exactly where your priorities are laying.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you clear as day. Like for me, and I didn't really actually realized this when I was younger, but I was doing it anyway, inherently learning from my dad, my uncle, and even some of these old timers that, excuse me, even some of the old timers that were carrying um, pizzas out to the handicap spot to go visit somebody's mom that just came from an appointment and giving her a hug and a kiss. And I'm going.
Yeah,
So I watched this my whole life. All I care about, all we care about, is our team. That's it. First, my team. My team is happy. The food will be great. The customer will be thrilled. That's how I
yeah,
see it. It's a different approach. The customer's always right.
eh,
Yes and no, right? I mean, but like our job is to make them happy. Our job is to give them this feeling of hospitality, this feeling of I don't know why I liked it, but like, oh, that place was awesome. It wasn't the best
yeah.
pizza they ever had. It wasn't the best chicken franchise they ever had. We didn't, recreate the wheel, but at the same time, they're leaving going, the place was great, and they don't even know why. You know why? Because
Yeah.
we gave them a feeling. We made them feel good. We remembered their name. We asked them questions. Um, we cared. I know what sports the kids play. I want to know what the score was. I actually genuinely care. I want to know how their mom is doing. I want to. Where's your wife? I haven't seen her. Everything's good. Yeah. Oh, she's been hanging out with her girlfriend. I want to know, and that's what we translate to our team. And they do such. When I say we have a great team, I'm not just saying it. I sit with almost every person that comes into this crazy chicken coop, and I try to bring in only people that I think will be successful here. And I make plenty of mistakes, trust me. But we hunt for great people that are hospitable. They line up with our core values. They believe in our mission and who we are as people. And I want great people. I don't need the best pizza man. I don't need the best chef. I need great people that care and believe in what we're doing and want to make people happy. And if that makes you happy selfishly, that you make people happy, fantastic. Like I can teach you the
Yeah.
rest. So
That's
that's
just part of it.
that's
You
what we
know,
do.
I love and respect that entire thing you said, because there are so many people that completely avoid nowadays what is so important in the hospitality industry. It's like being like, as you say, I remember one of my first security jobs was working at Finnegan's in Huntington, and the manager Tommy, he would read the newspaper back to front every day, so twice, so he could talk to every single customer about anything
Love it.
that they brought up. And same thing, he knew their names, he paid attention. That is part of the business, because I've said this quote a lot. I've seen it online, that you get food, the grocery store sells food, restaurants sell an experience. People are coming out for experience. It's borderline entertainment. You are an entertainer. And if you're good at it, if you look at the old timers kind of thing like that in entertainment, they always were hospitable. Always. And it's the same thing in the hospitality industry. It's called that for a reason. So I
I
love that you
agree.
guys address your business as such. Truly, what you said
That's
about
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was just going to say what you said about the quote old timers, and I'm quoting you, not me. So you
No,
get
I
to hate
got you.
that. No, I'm just
I'll
kidding.
take that
No,
one.
but when you said like going out and delivering it to somebody and be sick, and I mean, it just that's if you're in it for the right reasons, you're going to do it like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people chase the nickels and dimes and they chase the money or it's work or it's a job and it's maybe not for you, I think, at that point. But who am I to say? Everybody has their own inspirations or things that motivate them. But for me, again, it's people. It's for my whole life. Like if you, I'm a curious person. I want to know, like, where'd you guys come from?
Yeah,
Soccer game to soccer game, baseball. Like, what's your daughter's name? She's beautiful. Like, I want to connect with people, and I want to make people happy. I want to make them smile. Like, just by patting someone on the back like this, you can transfer energy, right? So for me, I'm going, how you doing? How you been? All of a sudden, you see someone, I can control the smile. So
yes,
it makes me happy to make people happy, and you meet a lot of great people, and you change people's day with a free slice. For me, like even my team knows they have liberty to make these decisions, being like, you make a mistake, make it right. Like as people,
sure,
make it right. I don't want the guy to, I don't want to see his pie back because it's burnt. I believe he was probably burnt. I apologize. I ruined your dinner, and that's not okay with me. So how do I fix it? How do I make you happy? That's all I care about. You work hard, you make good money, you provide for your family. I need to provide what I'm providing. Let me make it right. How do I get you to be happy? Right. So these guys comp the meal, comp this. If the guy's looking at the showcase, he goes, "What kind of slice is that?" "Oh, all right, I'll try it next time." Throw it in the oven, heat it up, cut it in four, let him share it with whoever, and put it in the box to go. Give it to him. Every time we give out 6 knots on a ticket, we give 7. That's company's policy. If they order 12, give them 13. Why? It's like
baker's
when you get
dozen.
that. It's like when you get that extra chicken nugget at McDonald's, right? And you were like, "Oh my God, today's gonna be the best day ever." You got 7 instead of 6, right? As a kid, we want to give them that feeling of like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I ordered 3 and I got 4. Did you do it on purpose?" He doesn't know, but next time you also got 4. "Oh, I see." Or someone walks out, "So nice, they give me a free slice." Great.
yeah.
Fantastic. Try it, enjoy it. So
What you're gaining is way more than you're losing.
And I think
all
that's
day.
huge. It's because there are so many pizzerias and so many places that people can spend their money, and you want them to feel comfortable spending their money with you. That you don't want, and you could win over a customer by having a good conversation with them and remembering their name. And you might not be able to provide the best pizza comparative to what somebody else down the street might have, but the experience will always be better, and that you can promise them that always. And that's
Yeah, and
one thing.
go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
cut you
I
off.
was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say, and I think that's one thing that's commendable. Like it's amazing. Like that's what people should run their business like that.
Yeah, and I think something else is like another little tip that we do. Like I say, like in my head, I would love to have them 48 weeks a year. right? And I'd love to have them 52 weeks a year. But for me, if I make a mistake 4 times a year and I have to buy you dinner 4 times a year, first of all, I'm sorry that I had to do that because
Mm,
you're not happy. But I want to show you I care. I want you to trust me. I want you to know I'm going to make it right. I want to earn the benefit of the doubt and that goodwill so that they're going to be. I'll give you an example. I forget somebody's salad, and the lady has to come back, and her family's eating the hot food at home, and she comes back to pick up her salad, and now she's eating by herself, and I ruined her dinner. That's not okay with me, right? So I go, Miss, I'm so sorry. Now you might say, oh, deliver it. It's a little wonky in our store in that regard, but if we have the ability to, I'll bring it to her. But if she comes back, I'm comping the entire meal. I don't care if the meal was $125. I don't care. And I forgot her $15 salad. I don't care. I comp the whole meal. I give her a $25 gift card just for herself. And she looks at me and she goes, are you kidding me? Like, you forgot, like, what? She's like, over the top. I don't care about the money. I care about you. I care about your family. I want you to be happy. I want you to know that it's not okay with me. And she'll respect that. She'll appreciate that. She'll probably even be on the sidelines of the soccer game on Sunday telling the story of this guy from the pizzeria, this kid at the counter of the pizzeria, caught my entire meal because you forgot my salad. That's above and beyond hospitality. That's like, we care about you. You're part of our family, and I'm sorry to let you down. That's a high standard, and I'm okay with
Yes.
that. 4 times a year. I hope it's not 4 times a year, but I'm okay with that. I'll buy you that dinner. And now she spreads the gospel, and then the other people on the sideline are going, "Yeah, the guy down the street, maybe bring the pie back. He didn't believe me that it was burnt. Do you believe this guy?" And the other guy did it. I don't care about the money. I care about you being happy, you feeling like you trust us, and then in turn you'll end up coming back,
And
hopefully
that's a
3 times a week.
wonderful that's a wonderful way to be because I mean it stems from honesty. Like you can tell clearly that these are your honest beliefs, but at the same time, it's advertising. It's and the right type, the good gospel truth of the type of business you run. I think that
yeah.
type of behavior is great. As you said, I was listening to a thing about Five Guys, right? And how when you get their fries, they don't give you this extra large cup. They give you this regular size cup, and then they throw in the extra scoop because technically, in your mind, that is fries you didn't pay for. So it gives you that goodwill gesture that you're saying, like you said, if you got the extra chicken nugget, or if you get that extra garlic nut, because I get it. There's a little celebration in your head. If you love
Oh,
food,
so
if like me, it's like fuck yeah, I got a free. It's great. Now, and then my wife can't tell me I can only have two. Be like, I have to eat three. They're in the bag. I, you know,
Sabotage
I,
me.
yeah, I think that type of no, I mean, truly coming from hospitality, that type of behavior was always so important to me. I was always bad with names, but I never ever. I always remember what people ate. I always remembered what I remember what was going. It's crazy how the mind even works with that. I remember what went on their life, their types of
Yeah.
situations, their food, their drinks. Never their name. I don't even understand how does that work. You know what I mean? How come?
that's
But
that's
you
a
know,
it's a psychological thing. They say that you'll remember somebody's occupation before you remember what their name is.
and I do.
100%. We used to have nicknames for everybody. It was like, that's how you'd remember him, like back in the day, be Skinny Jimmy, Limo Joe, Old Man Charlie. Like, I mean, we can go on for days. Gary the Paver, everybody, dude. Like, you always had all these different names to Brian the Pool Guy. Like, you would have all these people that you would remember by their occupation. So you nailed it.
Yeah.
You absolutely nailed
That's
it.
that's exactly what ties people to the yeah, for sure. For sure. Are are you gonna? I mean, I'm imagining you. Do you have a limit? Do you see yourself as like years from? You said you wanted to be the Sparrows, right? Do you foresee or hope for like 100 locations?
I don't know the answer. I think for me, our goal is kind of we're still head down. I think our goal of being the Sabaros has obviously pivoted since we've left the malls. But I think for us, we just want to like we we have we have goals. It's not necessarily how many stores we want to have. It's more so.
Yeah,
I think eventually what we want to do is have a liquidity event of some sort, whether private equity or going public, which is kind of like where my partner goes. That's his wheelhouse, not mine.
yeah,
But it's more so revenue based, efficiency based. It's more like how much what's our bottom line, what are our what's our net revenue, what's our cash on cash return, and trying to figure out how we can kind of scale this thing and really make it scalable. Um, continuing to grow one store at a time and not being irresponsible, not being greedy, not being overzealous, and kind of really being methodical in what we're going to locations we pick. We just passed on a perfect location, maybe one of the best ones we've seen, and it doesn't feel right because we have Yapan coming. We got to build it out. And you don't want to be stretched too thin. You don't want to be stressed. And one of our core values is to enjoy the ride, right? And we say
love
this
it.
all the time. If we're not enjoying it and we're not having fun and really living it, and I'm telling you, we're having fun, like genuinely having fun. And, I could tell you some wonky stuff. We have a chief happiness officer in our company. Her only job is to identify people that are doing a great job in our company and celebrate them along with the managers, right? So we had a guy going to the military. We threw a huge party in Babylon with him and his family. We sent one of our managers to the Yankee game at Camden Yards for his family, gave the company cards to put everything on us. We sent another couple out to Montauk and over the summer and said, "Hey guys, enjoy the weekend on us. You're doing a fantastic job." And it doesn't
Wow.
even have to be that crazy. It could even be something as the hostess that made somebody's day. We recognized it. She went out of her way to do something kind, and we gave her a gift, which nail spot she goes to. We gave her a gift card and a Starbucks gift card, and she was thrilled. Those are the things in our company when you say like what are the goals and like what's kind of the
Yeah.
exit plan. It's to keep doing things like that. It's to keep enjoying it. It's to keep making people smile in the company. And we had a movie premiere. We rented out the Sable movie theater. We started out trying to make a training video, and it turned into like this. I'm dressed as like a drunk Family Feud host, and we all watched it together. And we did like a good cop bad cop skit of somebody who forgot the pizzeria chicken, and the perpetrator, who was Cassie, by the way, with her purple hair. And so you can ask Cassie, she'd tell you it's a little different where we spend our time focusing on these wins and these peaks as a company. And the time's flying by for us because we're having fun. So I'll say all of that long-windedly to go backwards and say our goal is not the exit. Our goal is not the money. Our goal is to enjoy it and eventually, and to God, have this liquidity event or this exit or cross whatever finish line it is with the team. My inspiration. Our teammates, we have over 60 people that have stock in the company. Right? That from a cook in the back, who's a prep cook, who's worked with us since the beginning, to a server, to management. Right. So our goal is my inspiration is the show Entourage. Right. When they all go out to Hollywood together, and he brings his friends, and he's the driver, and he's the bodyguard, he's the manager, and nobody's qualified for any position, but they all go together and they stick together. Right. So for me, if we have this exit, and everybody that has stock in this company, you kind of cash out and do something with it, whether it's college for kids or, paying off their house or going on vacation. Whatever it is, I want it to be everybody together, whether we ring a bell or we get a nice check that everybody splits. It'll be fun to do it together. And I genuinely mean that with my heart. That'll be my Super Bowl.
Dude,
That's
that is
awesome.
one of the
That's
best things I've
amazing.
ever heard in my entire life. That is the
Thank you.
genuineness that comes from that. I mean, that's the boss, or I hate using that word. That's the leader everybody hopes to be. Like, that is exactly that's
Yeah.
who you want guiding the ship. That's how you would want to guide the ship,
I appreciate it.
One of my questions was going to be why do you think you guys have been able to blow up so quickly? And you just answered it right there. I mean,
Yeah.
you already answered my question with that.
You got it. You got it.
Between the way you treat your staff and the way you treat the customer.
Yeah, there's no it's obvious that you guys are doing everything the right way, so that's why you guys blew up so fast. Like, your love for the people that work for you is why they work so hard for you. So I don't even need to ask the question anymore.
I mean, it's awesome, dude.
Yeah. You can see, like, listen, they always say I'm like the guy that cries because I care so much, and it's like I want these guys, like, they work so hard for us, and they're such great people, and for us to share this journey with them and to really enjoy it. Just who's luckier than me? I get to go. Because and Garrett, it's like working at Pizzeria, like I grew up and like you grew up, and like everybody talking to each other like shit and being disrespectful and saying it's not my job and always it's like no, not where I live now, and that was non-negotiable for me. So I have these people that I tell people, I say, if I find out you miss your kids, like even some of these guys that work in the kitchen, if I find out you miss your kid's graduation, communion, a wedding, first soccer game, and I find out you don't have a job here anymore, period. And I feel
Love
that
it.
because that's the life we grew up in, right?
Yeah.
And it was, you take you off on a Friday. I don't have, you want vacation time?
Yep.
I'm like,
I remember.
you can
Yeah,
take
for
off
sure.
whatever day you want. Give us notice. You can go on vacation with your family. You have your vacation days. You have your PTO. You have everything's above board. Go enjoy it, please. Like, we have plenty of employees. Enjoy your life. And you know what? We're really, really lucky. We're really lucky.
Dude, I love that so much, man. I mean, clearly, again, you're so nice in general, but like to the customer, to the employees, it would be hilarious if you were not a nice person at home. No, I'm joking.
Ask Kathy, she'll tell you.
Yeah.
Please ask Kathy. Put her on the spot and go, how's that guy Paul? I saw him on
I will.
Instagram. He looks like a real loser. See what she said?
I'll mess with her about it. She'll probably just turn off the podcast and be like, well, I guess I'm out of this. He told us to do it. I
You have to give her a job. You have to give her a job when you're done.
I probably can't afford
dude,
her.
that
No,
I mean,
Cassie's a great example of a great person that's driven. That is, we always say in the company, like especially my partners, like it's a platform for growth. This isn't pizzeria. We want you to grow as a person. We want you to evolve. If this means you're gonna, Cassie decides she wants to be a lawyer, we want to make sure she's the best lawyer and she has all the people skills and empathy for people like we do, and she can grow into the person she wants to be. I know she has a lot of aspirations, not to be a lawyer, but do her own pizza thing. And she's going to the pizza show next year. We actually booked her ticket for her, and she's
Nice.
going to be going. And yeah, we signed her up and did the whole thing. So that's an easy one, right? We don't even have to think. It's like, oh, you want to go there? Sure, no problem, perfect. So, but yeah,
that's cool, man.
we're lucky to have her.
Yeah,
Dude, they're
yeah.
lucky to have you, and I mean that, dude.
That's
It's
thanks,
very
Lord,
clear.
dude.
It's very clear, man. I mean, I only know you now, but I fucking love you, man.
Nice.
What a great way to be. You know, I haven't often had people like that. You know, I think La Piazza actually would be a good example. Not that they went that far by any means, but the family entity that they created. You know, you felt so loved. There was so much of that going around, and people don't know. I guess that keeps things moving. It makes people want to be there. It makes you. It's a great vibe to have. To get off the love topic,
Sure,
maybe
yeah, sorry.
but maybe we'll go back to it. Maybe we'll go back
No,
to
we
it.
don't
Who
have
knows,
to. It's
man?
okay. I'll stop crying. It's all good.
No, it's we'll put it out as a Valentine's episode. It's fine.
Crafted from raw honey and fresh chilies, a balance of sweet and subtle warmth, aged with care to deepen every note. Paired with cheeses and charcuterie, glaze across golden fried chicken, drizzle over wood-fired pizza, a touch transforms everything. Holy hot honey, divinely sweet, sinfully spicy.
But you are the interior, the interior identity of each location. Do they coincide, or are they slightly different? Like, what's the?
They have all the same feel. I guess I think my partner's wife, they design them now with I kind of do the layout and like the functionality of the space. We make sure it flows correctly and stuff like that. And then they do all the design work. My first we started with the designer Delago, like I mentioned earlier. They did our Bayshore store, and we kind of got our textiles, right? We got our feeling. It was like you said, modern coastal. We kind of went backwards a little bit and kind of updated ice flip and Bayport, but not too much. And then we found our look and our style, and now we had our like I said, we had our textiles. So now my partner Cliff and his wife Erica, they design all the stores. Like they just designed our Smithtown store, which is beautiful. Like they did such a great job, and so yeah, they do that together, and we don't need the interior designer anymore because we kind of have it in house. I guess you would say.
Sure, I'm sure they're happy
Yeah,
about
and
that.
they enjoy
No,
it too.
but of course you get into the mix of things, and then yeah, of course the aesthetics there. You learn along the way. Of course, you know, then you can do it yourself naturally.
Yeah, true.
No,
True.
I mean, it's yeah, man. What location are you normally? Is there one location you're normally at? I should ask.
I usually hang my hat at the Babylon store. It's kind of where I end my day. I'll get a drink and see the team over there. They got the most amount of people during the day. I'm usually stopping by, seeing how everybody's doing. Putting out any fires if there are, or updating them on things going on. Like, I don't really have to update anymore. Now we have like a company newsletter that goes out every month, and which
Yeah,
I'll send to you guys because it's pretty much it's team driven, which is cool. And we
That
send it
sounds
out in
good.
an email blast to our customers, let them know what's going on. And yeah, so I don't really necessarily I don't work in store per se, but I'm usually
no,
working with
no,
the managers of the store and giving them advice. And I know Kathy could also elaborate on that because I sit with her a bunch. And this I have I don't have my favorites, but I have the apples of my eye, I guess you'd say. It's like your own children,
sure,
right?
sure.
But there's certain managers I sit with and I spend more time with to kind of cultivate, and it makes me feel good selfishly. And I sit with them, I kind of pass off what I know, what I've learned, and hey, try it this way, try it that way, see if that works with this guy. And a lot of them, you know, those typically be the stores that I end up going to. Like Bayport, I love them to death. They have it on lockdown. They're doing great number. Like everything's so I don't go there as much, because they have it. They
Yeah.
don't need it.
Well, I asked selfishly because, like I said, when I visit, I would love to meet you, man.
You come to me and we'll have dinner or have a beer or three and we'll hang out. No problem at all.
Trade those beers for slices, and I'm right there, dude.
Deal, man. Deal. 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 Deal.
Yeah, I haven't had a
So
drink in 8 years.
good for you.
Just
Good for you, my
well,
man.
yes, and no, no, it's good for me.
If you ask my wife, who's standing over there, she's like, yeah, you need to Did you say 3, Paul? I mean, you'd probably be drinking 0, Paul. I like this guy better. Like, she's all over me. So
My wife would say that about my pizza. If she's like she's like 3, I think you can use half a slice. You know, I have dough. I just made this morning in the kitchen, just kind of just setting. So for me, it's just like, yeah, man.
your
No,
downfall is the pizza.
dude, I stopped drinking 8 years ago. Working in the industry, you are surrounded by booze constantly. I had my best friend at the time had a bar in his house. It was a cocktail for disaster, pun intended. It was,
Yeah,
dude, I mean,
understood.
I was drinking, I mean, I think 12 beers every day. Just like it was nothing. And the excuse that I would give myself and other people was like, oh man, I'm 6'2". 2 beers for me, 12 beers for me is like 2 beers for somebody else. Like, oh, you're an asshole. You're an idiot also. Like, so
Yeah.
I remember real quick fast story is because I mean it was just eye awakening. Was I remember I was getting these pains, everything was hurting, and then I get my blood taken. They're like, you have to get to the hospital, you're dying. And I had my pancreas was literally on the brink of failure, complete failure, and they used every hydration bladder on the floor. If your wife is listening, she's like, I fucking told you, you should stop drinking. No,
Dude,
I,
you're crushing me right now. But go ahead, keep going. I'm just kidding. Oh
he's
God,
like,
the
go
worst
into
thing that
the
could
other
happen to
room.
me.
Earmuffs.
No,
Earmuffs.
yeah, and then, but and then I remember, and this is like a real nice moment of the story was getting back to work after that. I didn't stop bartending. I became. Did you ever watch Cheers? Right, I
Yeah.
became the Sam Malone of the bar, and I loved it. I was totally cool. It elevated my palatability. But I remember my first day back at work, and you're staring at this cold, fresh beer, man, and I'm like, shit. And at that very moment, I swear on my life, at that single second, the nurse from the ER walked through the front door of the restaurant at that exact moment in time. And I was like, holy shit. And I point at her. And she literally looks at me and and she looks around the restaurant. She's like, I'm not supposed to be here, but don't drink. And then leaves. I swear to God. And I never drank again.
That's meant to be, huh? Holy,
Yeah,
that's a
dude.
sign and a half.
Never saw her before that, never saw her after that. It was just the most immaculate moment that could ever be like, hey, asshole, stop,
Yeah. Matt, I'll tell you
But
something, man. That's a pretty admirable story, buddy.
thanks, man.
You should tell that more often. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
I'll work that into each episode. people that are listening like, shut up, dude. Go
Sober
back to
Matt
this.
hour. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
I'll go to the bathroom when that starts.
yeah. But no, but so I will trade those. You can have beers. I'll have slices. Whatever it is, whatever
Not a
makes your wife
problem.
happiest.
Yeah, we'll both just
talking-
have pizza. It sounds great.
Yeah,
So talking about obsession and pizza.
yeah. My
and
wife
everything,
won't be there either. Sorry, go ahead.
Are you pizza obsessed still? Like, do you still find yourself like, I got to go get a slice from a random pizzeria that you pass by, or
Sometimes, yeah. Listen, I went to Mama Teresa's recently because my son's playing soccer at Hofstra. His club team is, so I'm going there like 3 days a week at this point. Driving him there, which is another nightmare. But I enjoy the time with my son in the car, and I enjoy watching him play soccer. But I'll sneak out and I go over there. I go, you want pizza? And he's like, I was thinking maybe I'm gonna have. I'm like, I'll give you a slice. I don't care where he wants to go. And I go get a couple slices from Mama Teresa's, which is kind of where Garrett knows the area, right? So it's not too far from him either. So I'm actually gonna stop by his place next time.
Do it.
Now I'm
Garrett makes a
nervous.
good slice, and I don't say that just because he's on the show. I mean, I remember
I believe it.
him and I went to a very, and I've told this story before, but it still remains nameless. We went to a very prominent pizzeria, and Garrett was super impressed by the slice, but I think the enamor of the place took him because I was like, dude, your slice is way better than this, like way better than this. But that
He
being said,
definitely does
now,
not
other
say
than
that
your
when I'm not on the
own,
cast.
or it's horseshit. I actually did. I said it right to my
Yeah,
wife.
don't do that.
I said it right to my wife that day. And then I rolled my eyes and I was like, no.
I can't believe I got to do another cast
other
with that
than
fucking guy.
other than your own podcast, other than your own pizza, do you have like what is your favorite pizzeria? Not and not for the aesthetics, for the slice.
Such a great question. All the slices that I have a spot. Like I said, if I'm getting a buffalo slice that I love, or a chicken marsala slice which I love, I'm going to the La Piazzas and Mama Teresa's of the world. But a regular slice, I had one at King Umberto's, was really good.
King Umberto's is the best.
I mean, I'm not even just saying this because I'm trying to be like politically correct. And I'm half right. All pizza is pretty good. I mean, all pizza is pretty. You have to have it's got to be really bad, right? And, like
Yes.
we all have the really bad stuff, but I don't think pizza's bad. But like Am I going out of my way for a regular slice of pizza? No. Am I going out of my way for a buffalo or something special like that? Yeah. Or I'm going to Spumoni Gardens or I'm going for a great Sicilian somewhere? Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, listen, Gino's is obviously I'm biased. I'm trying to think who else. There's like I don't know. The answer is I do go to pizzerias, not often because I'm usually wearing my sweatshirt or my shirt. Like I go to Mama Teresa's, I take it off and I'll like
Yeah.
put my shirt inside out and I go. I swear to God, because
Yeah.
I don't want people like looking at me or like, it's like, but it's hard
You
to
need
go
a
into places.
Velcro patch that just has like a sports name on it. You put right over it.
There it is. There it. See, I'm not as clever as you are. You're very, yeah.
My
That's
name
actually a
is
genius
tag, and they
idea.
just think you're retarded. No, I'm just kidding.
I like it. I like it. But no,
I
listen, to answer your question, no, I don't really have one that I go to often.
no, okay, all right,
That's in mine.
yeah,
I'm
when
around
I
pizza
when,
all day. I just grab one and I'm good for the
of course.
when I first started
I
working,
can't get
in,
pizza by the slice here. Otherwise, I would be like that too. They don't sell it by the slice here, unfortunately.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
Sorry.
Matt's heard this before, but when I first started working in the pizzeria, my boss said to me, "Garrett, pizza's like sex. When it's good, it's great, and when it's not so good, it's still pretty good." And and that goes back. It's
100.
Yeah, you got
Like
to
I
go out of
know
your way to make
Umberto's
it
has good
suck.
pizza. I've been to Umberto's a bunch of times. He's got good pizza. I mean, everybody, a lot of people have good pizza. I mean, I'm like,
Yeah,
I want to throw somebody a bone here, but it's like everybody's pretty good.
yeah.
It's like I
yeah,
like
they
them.
all
I
do.
never leave there eating regular slice going, it was terrible.
It's
Yeah.
really
So
hard to be terrible, man. I said this story before once too. I had pizza, the worst pizza I ever had, and I don't know the name of the place, so I can't even judge it, but I know it was in Maryland, and it was shit. I was like, I mean, my buddy who lives there, he's from New York, so I thought he would know a good slice. And he's like, yo, man, we got to go get some pizza here. I was like, sweet. I go there. I'm like, yo, this is the worst. I mean, it was by far the worst pizza I ever had. That, and I also told this story. In Pennsylvania, I went to a place, and I don't even know they exist. I know they're never going to listen to this, called Fat Eddie's. And I thought if Eddie was so fat, he probably knew his way around good pizza. But it turns out Eddie was probably fat because he just ate anything in front of him because this pizza was shit.
that's incredible. I love that. That's really good. You
So
guys are good.
True
when
story,
you
man.
when you were cultivating the recipe for the
Yeah.
pizzeria, did you kind of use some of the stuff that you would learn working with your dad, or did you want to go out and invent a new like super hydration, long fermentation type thing, and like how did that come about, the recipe?
Yeah, so for me, it started. That was the base of what I knew. We certainly tweaked and it's evolved, and a lot of hands in the pot. Organically, have changed some things since we started. But we've made a lot. Like the menus are completely different. We have obviously I'd imagine our our pies are 18-inch, theirs are 16-inch, so automatically it's going to be a little bit different. But as far as like you mentioned with the hydration and all those things, like I'll be the first to tell you that I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm not good at. I know what I like to do. I know what I don't like to do. Like I'm not one of these scientists of pizza.
Mm.
Like about weighing, I don't care how many, the grams and like, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't like, I admire those guys that are like really, really doing it. And they're experimenting and they're in the lab basically, and they're creating these rooms with, water filtration systems and all these parameters and humidity monitors and like fantastic. Like that's impressive. I'm not a smart guy. I'm I
Me
barely
too.
graduated college. I graduated college because I played soccer, and I'll leave it there. Right? They got me out of there, thank God. Otherwise, I'd still be sitting. If I didn't play soccer, I'd still be sitting at Hopkins University today. I promise you. So for me, that's not fun for me, right? So I like to do things that I find to be fun, where it's again, it's people, it's having a good time, it's laughing, it's sharing a slice and a soda, whatever. So for me, so I did that with the soda. So for me, I no, I mean, I haven't gone down that road. Maybe one day I will. I've even told this to Cassie. I think there's people that are craft driven. They love the craft so much. They don't care about the money. They don't care. Well, maybe some of them do, but it's not what drives them. They want the craft. They want to invent something new. They want to figure
Yeah.
out how to make it better and how's mine better. And that's what they focus on. There's other people that they're business driven and they want to see something grow and they want to see something scale and how can I get revenue from this to that. And then there's somebody like somewhere in the middle, and there's all variations. It all depends what drives you, but I was never driven by I'm going to create the next wheel of pizza. I'm going to
Sure.
it's like I don't have the attention span. It's like I'm just not that person.
I mean,
I'm the same way.
it's
I'm the same
incredibly
way.
respectable, though.
And I admire the people that can do it, like the people that are out there doing. Like my two buddies over here. Ironically, one is the son of Gino the contractor.
Oh,
Mostafiato, which is in Center Reach. It's a Roman style pizza shop. This guy John, who's his partner there, he's a scientist. He's like a smart guy. Comes from Burroughs. hate it. Like, anytime he comes to my place, I don't know how you do it. You talk to all these people at this place. He goes, I can't. Like, I couldn't even imagine. He goes, you deal with the employees. Like, that's not his thing. He likes the dough, the craft, the how can I do this? How can I do it? And I respect that with two different people. And he's fantastic. I can't do what he can do. Like he's so clever and smart. And, self-admittedly, I guess he doesn't think he can do what I can do. So none better than the other. Just I respect the things that I can't do. And those guys that are doing all that stuff and spending all that time on it, I respect it. I do. I really do.
They are completely different,
I just gotta get
I get
sorry to
both
cut you off. I
ends.
just gotta get my charger real quick. Sorry, guys.
No, it's all right. I'll just talk to him. It's fine.
I'll take it from here.
You know, it's funny. I looked over to the right, like he was left in my point of view, which is not correct.
Not happening.
So, I totally get both ends of that because I come from wanting to being a hospitable host. That is where my bread and butter was. I did very well at what I did because I was so great with people. But then right before COVID hit, I had said to my wife, I was like, I don't know how long I can do this. Like, I don't know. I was at that point, I had reached my point of tolerance for people. I'd been working 12 years and in successful bars, and I was seeing like 500 people every day, and I was spent. And then so at this point in my life, I want to be like your friend. I wouldn't want to be with the people like that. If I'm a singer, and after a show, I have to shake hands and smile, shake a baby, kiss a hand, and no, I'm just kidding. And then I have to, and then I'm exhausted. I can't do it. I'm so exhausted. But I mean, what you do, man, from the beginning of this conversation to now, and I say this truly, is so admirable. I admire you. I admire your methods, the way you're going about this. I love the hell out of talking to you, man. I mean, I
Thanks,
hope
man. Likewise.
I would love the
Matt,
opportunity to do it again.
He's married. He's married, Matt. He's Matt.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah,
She's here. She's right here. She's right here.
Good thing she's right there, because this could have gotten weird, bro. No, no, man, but truly, this was great. I really appreciate it. When I come over to New York in December, I would love the opportunity to come meet you, whether it's at Babylon or Lindenhurst. I'll make the drive. It doesn't sound far.
No, it's 10 minutes, not even.
Yeah.
But no, listen,
Yeah.
it'd be absolutely my pleasure. I would love to meet you. And like I said, this was great. And I really appreciate you guys thinking of us and thinking of me. And, I enjoyed it. I really liked meeting two new guys and having two new friends. So it's all good, guys. Thank you.
Dude, absolutely friends, man. I'm going to put the closing touches on this, and then we're going to send it off. With
One
that in
more question,
mind,
real quick. Hold on.
Go.
Look, Garrett, what days are you not at your place? Well, what day can I catch you there during the week?
I'm there. I'm here pretty much every day.
Except Monday.
Except
you're in the shop. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I might come by later. I might come by later today if I take my son.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now I'm even more nervous.
Don't go nowhere, Garrett.
I'm not. No, I'm
Don't
not
go
going.
nowhere. Make a good get a pie
Just to shake
fucking
your
ready,
hand and have a
dude.
slice of pizza. No judgment. I'm sure it's better than mine.
No, I don't know.
Give him an extra slice for free, Garrett. Give him an extra slice.
Yeah, don't be cheap with the slice for the golf.
Oh, I love the serious tone that took it. Don't be cheap with this. All right. With that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap for this episode of the Holy Hot Honey Hour. Big thanks to Paul Saccoccio for bringing the flavor and the fire. If you liked what you heard, like us, follow us, share us with someone who knows their way around a good pie. I'm Matthew Zeiss with Garrett Klein. And until next time, stay hungry, stay humble, and never go too long without a slice. Thanks.